You want to live your dreams, but you're fearful of what can happen if you take the chance to achieve your dreams. Well, in this episode, I'm actually going to read a Bible verse that explains you shouldn't live in fear. Let's go. Episode 36. That's 36 days in a row. Put a clap, put a like, put a high five, put a subscribe, put all that on there. Yo, 36 days in a row. Could you believe that? 36 days in a row, I've been dropping some hard content that's been life-changing if you took the information and you execute it. Man, I appreciate you guys for rocking with me, following, subscribing, liking, sharing, everything. Like always, check out my website, michaeljmacdonald.com. Check out Earn Your Leisure for the dopest merch, earnyourleisure.com. And if you want a level of education, go to EYL University. So let's start this episode. My name is Michael J. McDonald, and I want to talk to you about creative mindset. On Mondays, I usually have something about mindset. And today I chose to talk about the creative mindset. Last week I talked about growth mindset. But I had a whole different episode prepared for today. But then my fiance a couple of days ago read a verse to me, and it stuck out to me. Being the fact that I wanted to do creative mindset, I was like, you know what? This could be creative. This is a form of creative mindset. And when I think of creative mindset, I think it means thinking outside the box, not thinking about the same pattern that you've been doing for your whole entire life. We tend to be comfortable with being comfortable, right? But if you can be comfortable with being uncomfortable, it would allow you to expand your mind and allow you to be creative in the things that you do. Whether it's painting a house with a paintbrush than using a spray gun. It's just simple things like that. And I always tell people in their business that I know it seems like you have to do a bunch of different things to change the trajectory of your business, but sometimes you can change one thing and it'll change the whole entire landscape of your business. Don't really outthink yourself. Think very, very slowly, one by one. And when you change one thing, it might change so many other things. And just being creative and having a mindset of being open-minded, it would allow you to be open to those different changes or those different things that you could change. And this verse in the Bible really hit me. I'm like, this was meant for me to read this verse because it has a lot to do with not being fearful and just being creative and doing things differently than what you normally do. And if you want to read it with me, I'm going to read it. It's Matthew 25, 14 to 30. I'm going to read this verse and you're going to get an idea of where I'm coming from. I'll explain as much as I can explain from it. But listen, it's deep, yo. I put a post up about the Bible having telling you what's going to happen before it happens and telling you how to run your business. And this is a testament of the information's here. It's been here for hundreds and thousands of years. And we can take advantage of it or we can let it sit on a bookshelf and collect dust. But all the answers in life, in business, in relationship, everything is in this Bible. You just have to read it. This is the goal. This is the key to life. I'm going to read it though. So Matthew 25 to 14 to 30. The parable of talents. Again, it will be like a man going on a journey who called his servants and entrusted his property to them. To one he gave 5 talents of money. To another he gave 2 talents. And to another he gave 1 talent, each according to their ability. Then he went on his journey. The man who had received 5 talents went at once and put his money to work and gained 5 more. So also the one with the 2 talents, he gained 2 more. But the man who had received the 1 talent went off, dug a hole in the ground, and hid his master's money. After a long time, the master of those servants returned and settled accounts with them. The man who received the 5 talents brought the other 5. Master, he said, you entrusted me with 5 talents. See, I have gained 5 more. His master replied, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness. The man with the 2 talents also came. Master, he said, you entrusted me with 2 talents. See, I have gained 2 more. His master replied, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come in and share your master's happiness. Then the man who had received the 1 talent came. Master, he said, I knew that you are a hard man, harvesting where you have not sown and gathering where you have not shattered seed. So I was afraid and went out and hid your talents in the ground. See, here is what belongs to you. His master replied, you wicked, lazy servant. So you knew that I harvest where I have not sown, and gather where I have not scattered seed. Well then, you should have put my money on a deposit with the bankers, so that when I returned, I would have received it back with interest. Take the talents from him and give it to the one who has the 10 talents. For everyone who has and will be given more, and he will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even with what he has, will be taken from him. And throw that worthless servant outside into the darkness, where there will be weeping, and garnishing of teeth. That goes to show you. Being fearful can lead to darkness. Being taking chances could lead to abundance. That's why you got to ask yourself, do you want abundance or do you want to live in the same life you've been living? You want to be a mediocre life or you want a life with abundance? You got to ask yourself that. And I wanted to use this one because the 2 servants that doubled their money, they were creative thinkers. They thought outside the box. They were comfortable with being uncomfortable. They were comfortable taking a chance. The servant that dug a hole in the ground and gave that man back the same money, which is probably less than because of inflation, was scared, was afraid, was fearful. The Bible teaches you not to be fearful. The Bible says you can't have faith and fearful. They don't live in the same place. And she came to me with this verse and said, wow. She was shocked because we're actually talking about getting this new house. And she's fearful and I'm a dreamer. I want to go for it all. Like, I got one life at this. So I'm like, it's one shot at this. I gotta do the best. I don't get a second chance at this. And the minute you realize that this is your one life and your only chance at it, you'll be more likely to take chances. And you got to understand, I come from a broke family. I've been broke before. If I lost it all, yeah, it would hurt. But at the end of the day, like, you got to understand, like, life, I wouldn't be in this place today if I didn't take chances, right? If I stayed on the sideline and just watched the whole game and never got in the game, I would have never scored a point. I'm trying to score, baby. And you have to get yourself in an uncomfortable situation so you can get to a place where you've never been. You have to do what you've never done to get where you've never been. And in order to do that, you have to be fearless and you have to take a chance. If you're in your life right now and you're feeling fearful to make a difference in your business, in your life, in your relationship, you got to ask yourself, is this what you want for your life? Is this where you want to be? Do you want more? Do you dream of more? Do you deserve more? If you feel like you do, then you have to take a chance. You got to do what you've never done. You got to be creative. You got to have that creative mindset. You got to think outside the box. Stop thinking how you've been thinking. Whatever you've been thinking, do the opposite. Because what you've been thinking ain't working. And in order to get where you've never been, you got to change what you've never done. Simple as that. And I leave this with you. If you're a person of faith, and this Bible even says, take a chance. This Bible says, stop being fearful. This Bible says, don't store my money in the ground where it's not making any money. I don't want no pillowcase money. This Bible says all these things. This Bible says it. And if you're a man of faith or a woman of faith, and you're in you're a fearful person, that needs to change today. Because the Bible says you shouldn't be fearful. Got to take a chance. God got you. I'm going to leave y'all with that. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Love y'all.